Good morning, friends. Welcome back. Thanks for joining me. I'm so glad that you're here today. We are going to continue learning about God's commandments. And remember, we're learning that God's commandments are not just rules that boss us around and tell us what to do. God's commandments are like street signs and roads showing us the best way to go through life. We've already learned 3 of God's commandments, and we're going to review those before we start. And then we're going to hit the road and visit Sabbath Street. So in our first week, we visited First Street. Do you remember what First Street was for? It taught us that we put God first. Go ahead and say that with me. We put God first. Then on our second week, we visited Real God Road. Do you remember what we learned on Real God Road? We learned that there's only one real God. Say that with me. There's only one real God. And last week, if you were with us on our video lesson, we visited Name Lane. Do you remember what Name Lane taught us? Name Lane teaches us that we treat God's name with respect. Can you say that with me? We treat God's name with respect. So today we're hitting the road and we're going to visit Sabbath Street. That's kind of a weird word. Does anybody know what the word Sabbath means? Sabbath is basically a day of rest. A lot of people today call it Sunday, but your Sabbath doesn't have to be on Sunday. Sabbath just means that it's a special day that's dedicated to God. And that's what we're going to explore today. Are you ready? Let's hit the road. So to understand why we need Sabbath, we're going to play a little game. Are you guys ready? I know you love games, all right? So I'm going to call out some things for you to do at home, and I want you to try to do all these things as fast as you can, all at the same time, okay? Are you ready? And this is going to help us understand how life can sometimes get really, really busy. And I know that we're kind of coming out of a season where life hasn't been really busy, and that's okay. So that's why we're going to do this little activity that helps us to remember what life can be like when it gets really, really busy. Okay, are you ready? So here we go. The first thing I want you to do is run in place. So everybody start running in place. Ready? Keep running. Don't stop. All right, now while you're running in place, I want you to do these math facts and call out the answers. All right? So what's 2 plus 3? Call it out. What's 5 minus 1? Call it out. What's 25 plus 5? Call it out. Don't forget. Keep running in place. Keep going. What's 100 minus 10? What's 400 plus 400? Keep going, keep going. You guys are doing great. All right, now you finished your laps, so you can stop running, but I want you to do some jumping jacks, okay? Because we gotta stay active. If you don't know what a jumping jack is, it looks like this, where you put your hands over your head and then down like this, okay? So we're gonna do jumping jacks. Do your jumping jacks, and while you're doing those jumping jacks, I want you to spell these words, okay? Don't stop jumping jacking. Spell helicopter. Okay, keep jumping. Spell treatment. Whoa, that's a big one. Spell eagle. Keep jumping. Spell chaotic. Keep jumping. Spell lavender. Wow, those are hard words. Could you guys spell out those words? Wow, that's kind of crazy. Keep jumping. Oh, don't forget, you have to practice your trumpet. Burr, 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 burr. Keep jumping. Practice your trumpet. Burr, 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 burr. Keep jumping. Whew, good job. Oh, wait. You forgot to do your chores. Okay, quick, get out the vacuum cleaner and hop on one foot while you vacuum. Now pretend to make your bed. Smooth out the blankets, pull up the sheets, get it all smooth and nice for mom. Whew, good job. Whew, that was a lot of work. Oh my goodness. Are you guys tired? You better look around and make sure you didn't forget anything. So spin around, do 5 circles, spin around really fast. Woo, go, go, go. Whew, good job. Okay. Whew. You can sit down. Wow. Are you tired? I'm tired. That was a lot of work. And this is what our lives can be like sometimes, you guys. Sometimes our lives get really, really busy. And we get really tired. And that's why we need a Sabbath rest. Listen to this Bible verse. This is the commandment that God has for us this week. This is Exodus 20, verses 8 through 11. Remember to keep the Sabbath as a holy day. You may work and get everything done during 6 days each week, but the 7th day is a day of rest to honor the Lord your God. On that day, no one may do any work, not you, nor your son or daughter, nor anyone in your family, nor your animals, or any foreigners living in your city. The reason is that in 6 days, the Lord made everything. He made the sky, the earth, the sea, and everything in them. And on the 7th day, he rested. So the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and made it holy. So we're learning today that the Sabbath is a special day that we have for God, okay? Resting doesn't mean that we have to just sit around bored and do nothing. So in my house, we're reading some books. Maybe you've heard of this person. We're reading about Laura Ingalls Wilder. And she wrote some books called Little House on the Prairie. And in these books, these little girls, Mary and Laura, who are about your age, they're about 6 or 7 or 8 or maybe 9, just depends on where in the series you are. They talk about Sundays, and on Sunday, they had to sit and do nothing, basically, while they listened to their dad read from the Bible. And they talk about how boring it was. And I don't want you guys to think that that's what Sabbath is about. Sabbath is about finding rest for your heart, for your mind, and for your body. And so it means that if there's things that you have in your life that make you feel stressed, those are things that we don't do on the Sabbath. But the things that fill us up and bring us joy and make us feel peaceful, those are the things that we do. So we'll talk a little bit more about some ideas after we look at another Bible verse. So here is Genesis 2, 1 through 3. And this is the very beginning, guys, when God was creating the world. This is what it says. So the sky, the earth, and all that filled them were finished. God was done creating. By the 7th day, God finished the work he had been doing. So on the 7th day, he rested from all his work. Wow, you guys, God even himself rested. God blessed the 7th day and made it a holy day. He made it holy because on that day he rested. He rested from all the work he had done in creating the world. So we talked last week, if you saw my video, about holy. And you might remember I had a toothbrush with me, and I said that if it got rubbed on our brother or sister's toes, or if it fell in the toilet, that we didn't want to use it anymore because it was special. And it was set apart for a special purpose, and that is your teeth and your teeth only. Right, guys? So remember, that's kind of the idea of holy, is that it's a special day. When we're talking about the Sabbath, it's a special day that's set apart for a special purpose. And that purpose is for us to rest. Because you know what, guys, God knew that we were going to get tired, that our bodies would have limits, and that we would need to find time to rest. And we just need to stop all the go, 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 go like we did in our game. Sometimes we just need to say, nope, enough is enough, and today is a day to rest. But like I said, I don't want you to think that that means all you can do is sit around and be bored. So let's think about some ideas that could help us with figuring out how we want to rest and be refreshed on our Sabbath. So why don't we start by you guys telling me some of your favorite things that you like to do. Okay, you can just shout it out at home, and I'll make some guesses as to what you might be saying. Did anybody say playing outside? That's a good one. That's one we really like to do in our house. Did you know that when you're playing outside that you can be refreshed by God, that you can just enjoy his presence in nature, and that you can be with him while you're outside? Maybe taking a walk in a beautiful park or by some water. Those are ways that you can be refreshed. Did anybody say that they like to listen to music? That's a great way to meet with God and rest on the Sabbath, by putting on your favorite worship music and singing along, maybe even doing a little dancing. I know we love to dance in my house. So that's another one. Did anybody say doing art? I know that some people really like to do art, and that makes their heart feel so peaceful. And did you know that you can do that on the Sabbath as your rest? Maybe you draw a picture of how God makes you feel, or of what you think God might look like, or of something wonderful that God did for you this week. Maybe something really great happened and you want to draw a picture of that or paint a picture of that as you rest and reflect on your Sabbath. Or maybe you're just tired and you need to take a nap. That's okay to do on the Sabbath too, to just lay down in your comfy favorite spot and just enjoy some rest. The important thing is that God made this one of the commandments because he knew that this is the best way for us to live. Again, it's not a rule that's supposed to limit you and say you can't do anything on this day of the week. That's not the purpose of the Sabbath. It's that God is showing us the best way to go because he knows that our bodies get tired and they sometimes need rest. And so God made this one of his commandments that we should rest so that we can really function as best as we can in the other 6 days. So it's important that we follow this commandment because remember, it's the best way to live, and that's what God wants us to know. So remember, today on Sabbath Street, we learned that we have a special day for God, and it's a day that's set apart for him, for us to rest, and for us to spend time with him. And all the different ways we talked about doing that, everybody's Sabbath day might look different. Your Sabbath day might look different from my Sabbath day because there are different ways that we like to enjoy God and to rest. For me, a lot of times, I love to spend the Sabbath with my family and to just not do any work around the house, to not work on any projects or check any emails or do anything like that. But I just like to be with my husband and my kids and just enjoy the day. And sometimes we go do something outside in nature. Sometimes we have a picnic. Sometimes we'll watch a movie together. But to me, that is how I find my rest. I spend that time with my family and with God, and I set work aside because I want that special day to be just for him and for me to get the rest that I need. So remember that on 6 days, God created everything in this world, but on the 7th day, he rested, and he made it a special day that was holy, just like that toothbrush, set apart for us to rest. So I hope, my friend, that you learned something today about how you can incorporate Sabbath rest into your life, how you can find activities to do. Maybe it's on Sunday, or maybe your family has to do it a different way, a different day because of mom and dad's work schedule or other things that are in your life. But I hope that you find a day as a family when you can rest and when you can honor the Sabbath, God's special and holy day. Well, I hope you stay tuned because up next I have a video for you guys called Busy, Busy, Busy. I hope you enjoy, and I'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.
Yep, it's a Monday.
Sarah, you've been in there for like 20 minutes.
Give me a minute, I'm almost done.
Dad!
Mom's looking for her keys again.
Has anyone seen my keys?
They're on the kitchen table.
Found them. They're on the kitchen table.
Connor, did you feed Ranger?
Finally.
Hey, Ranger, you hungry?
Yes, yes, yes! So hungry.
Here you go, buddy.
Susan, can you drop off the kids? I've got a meeting this morning.
Sure. Hurry up, kids, we're late.
Just grabbing my jacket.
I can't find my phone.
It's on the counter.
It's right here on the counter. Let's go.
Boy forgot his backpack. He'll be back in 3, 2, 1. Tuesdays, the girl has to leave early for band practice.
Sarah, we're gonna be late for practice. Come on.
Oh, sometimes I get a scratch before they leave. Come on, give me a scratch.
Here, buddy, breakfast time.
Yes, awesome.
Connor, we're leaving in 5 minutes. And don't forget we have your sister's band recital tonight.
It's Wednesday. Looks like Mom is sick today. Maybe I'll get some extra attention and treats with her staying home.
Bye, Mom.
Bye, Mom.
Bye, kid.
Oh, hey, can I get a scratch? Or not? Thursday is always crazy. Boy has a basketball game after school, and girl has band practice. Then youth group. Mom always works late. And they forgot to feed me. Friday, everyone is usually in a much better mood.
I'm late for work. I gotta run.
Or not. Saturday is the human's busiest day. Sports. all day. And dogs aren't allowed. Sunday is when everyone is relaxed. Finally, it's my favorite day. We all get to hang out in the morning. They all go to church together. And in the afternoon, we always do something fun. Oh, maybe today we'll go for a walk, or play frisbee, or chase rabbits. Probably won't let me chase rabbits. Oh, maybe we'll hang out on the couch and eat popcorn.
Hey, Ranger, you want to go for a walk?
You know, the rest of the week, my humans are so busy. It seems like they forgot to spend time with God. But Sundays are their special day. Sunday is for worshiping God and having fun. And for a rest before crazy Monday comes around again.